Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap on 90 Day, with my opinion, on 90 Day Fiance. Before the 90 Days of Season 6, Episode 12 is titled Field of Dreams. Why? I don't know. Okay, first up, Violet and Riley. So Riley unblocked Violet and bought her flowers and asked her to meet him at a cafe. The flowers were pretty. Violet shows up, and I loved her dress. He gives her the flowers and said, it's an olive branch. She said she will accept the flowers. But how come, she said, but how come you did that to me? So he apologized and said now he understands that Tiffany is not a relative. So she had no right to asking Violet that question. Violet said Tiffany interrogated her and she called her a liar. Violet said, I'm not a criminal and she's not a cop. Violet said, you did not protect me. You yelled at me and told me to answer her. How could you do that? She said, I'm so disappointed in you. Riley said, I should have protected you and I didn't. I apologize. She told him that she did not believe that he was sincere. So he said, am I the only one wrong? You're not wrong at all? And I don't see how she was wrong. How was she wrong? Violet told him everything was his fault. And I agree. She did nothing wrong. All Violet did was show up in a sexy red dress and came out to dinner. That's all she did. And then they attacked her. Tiffany attacked her and Riley attacked her. She just came to a sexy dinner. That's all she did. She ain't do nothing wrong. She told him, it's your fault, not my fault. And I agree 100%. Riley said, how can we move forward? Because when I ask you questions, you don't want to answer, and I feel hurt. I feel like you're deceitful. I feel like you're hiding something. Violet told him to write down the question because her English is not that great. She's trying to say she don't understand him when he's asking her questions. Violet, just answer his stupid ass questions and put it to rest. That's all you gotta do. Answer his dumb questions. This makes no sense, Violet. Talking about you don't understand. You don't understand. You can read English, but you can't speak English. Is that what you're saying? Girl, bye. You just tell Riley to go to hell. Either answer his dumb questions or tell him to go to hell. Riley agrees to writing down his stupid questions. And Violet told him that she wants a man who loves and cares about her and will protect her. But Riley is not that man, Violet. He is not that man. I'm sure you can find somebody better than him. Throw Riley away. But she forgives him and they're back together again. In his confessional, he calls her a liar. He said, I don't believe her when she says she doesn't understand his questions due to the language barrier. I mean, I don't believe her either, but don't pretend to believe her in front of her face and then talk about her, call her a liar behind her back. Why do that? Riley is ratchet and he needs help. Next, we see Riley ironing his traditional garb to go to a temple with Violet. He tells the camera that he doesn't have the energy to argue. How come you don't have the energy to argue, Riley? You the one always starting the arguments. You start all the arguments. Too bad. Okay, so he puts on his outfit. And he looks good in his outfit. And he meets Violet. Violet looks great in her outfit. He looks okay in his outfit. Okay. I'm not going to say good. He looks okay. Violet looks great in her outfit. So they go into the temple and prayed in front of a Buddha. It's like it was not actual person. It was a statue. Buddhist. Anyway, Violet said she brought him to the temple to receive inner peace. And I don't believe Riley knows anything about peace. He doesn't. He loves to fight and argue. So the temple was beautiful. Riley claimed he felt at peace. Afterwards, Violet asked him what did he pray about. He said he prayed that he don't hurt anyone with his words and decisions. She said you don't have to pray about that, Riley. All you gotta do is keep your damn mouth shut. She said she prayed for her family and for them. Why are you praying for y'all? Why? Y'all not gonna work. No matter much praying you do, Violet, y'all not gonna work, okay? Violet said there is something she has to discuss with Riley, and she is anxious and worried. She said it's an issue she has been waiting to mention for a long time. She said she doesn't know how to tell him. I bet you she's gonna tell him that she's still married. Oh my gosh. Violet, Riley is going to get Tiffany to beat you up. Don't tell him anything. What he doesn't know can't hurt him. Don't tell him anything, girl. Next scene, they go to fly kites. One of my favorite thing to do is to fly some kites. In her confessional, she said if she goes to America with him, she needs to know if he can take care of her and her family. So she asked him when she comes to his country, at first she won't have a job and she won't have any money, so will he support her? She said, can you help me when I come to your country? And he told her he could. She asked him how much he has in his bank account. She's bold, isn't she? And she said, how much do you have in your bank account and how will you support her and her daughters? He claims he has about $100,000. I think that's what he said, $100,000. He asked her if that makes her feel more secure in potentially giving up her career. And she said she didn't know. He basically tells her that he can support her and her daughters if they were to live with him. So they go sit down and he said to her, you asked me a question, now can I ask you a question? She said, okay. I would have told him, no, you ain't asking me nothing. Don't ask me shit. He asked her about the text that she sent his father. Something in the past. What difference does it make? She tells him that she does not want to talk about the past. How many times does she have to tell him this? And I agree with her. What does he want her to say? All she said was, he doesn't love anyone but himself and he'll be alone forever. That's all she said. What's so bad about that? They were arguing. They had broken up. She said what she said. But my question is, why did the father wait until they got back together to show him the text? The father is messy and Riley is stupid. He asked her if she regrets sending the text. She said no. She said no, I don't regret it. He didn't like that. He want her to beg him, please forgive me, please forgive me. That's what he wants. He wants her to beg him to forgive. Man, get out of here. What difference does it make whether or not she regrets sending a text or not? That happened a long time ago, and she was angry y'all was breaking up. And she was in her feelings. So what? In her confessional, she said when she sent the text, they were arguing. Yeah, they were breaking up. And she was upset, and she only told the truth. She said he doesn't love anybody but himself, and he's going to be alone forever. That's what she said. What's the big deal? Riley, you're an idiot. She said he keeps digging into the past. Yeah. What do you keep digging in the past for? That happened, and then you still brought your ass over there to Vietnam to see her. So, if you're that mad about it, why come see her? She said she's getting tired of it. He keep bringing up the past and she's getting tired of it. Me too, Violet. I'm tired of him. That shit happened a long time ago. Why he bringing it up now? Riley's the type of person who he enjoys fighting and arguing. He's a miserable person. Yeah, he's a miserable person. She said she don't want to share anything with him. And I don't blame her. She don't want to tell him anything because he likes to beat a dead damn horse. Don't tell him anything. Then she basically tells him that he's a killjoy. Every time they're having a good time, he brings something up to kill the mood. And that's because he's just a miserable person. My question is, Violet, why would you want to be with him? How do you see yourself with Riley? She's just using him to come to the States. At this point, she's just using him to come to, because she can't stand him. I can't stand him. Anyway, next is Gino and Jasmine. They are back from their getaway, and they're in their apartment, and Gino is cutting Jasmine's nose hairs, and then she cuts his nose hairs. And they're doing good. No arguing. They had sex, and Jasmine is on her best behavior, and the next day they're out walking, and Gino asked her if when are they gonna start having a baby? Trying to have a baby. How old is Gino? Isn't he 100? He's gonna have a baby at 100 years old. I know he's not 100. I know he's in the 50s, but you're gonna have a baby while you're in your 50s? Come on. He retired. Why you want to have a baby while you're retired? But Jasmine don't want a baby. Gino said to her, but you know what? The first season that they were on, he wanted her to have a baby. She didn't want to have a baby, and she was taking pills, and he didn't know she was taking birth control pills. But then I think he found out. But yeah, he always wanted to have a baby. Gino said to her, you told me before that you wanted a baby. And she told that she wanted a baby, Gino, because she was trying to hook you. You need to wake up. She was trying to hook you. She lied to you. She don't want no baby. She asked him if she doesn't want a baby, will he still marry her and be happy? And Gino said, I told you I wanted a child. And he told her that he would be happier if he had a child. He asked her, why didn't she tell him she didn't want to have any more kids? And Jasmine is brutal. Do you know what she said? She said, well, you couldn't ejaculate, so I didn't have to worry about it. And then she said, I thought you wouldn't want to be with me if you found out I didn't want to have a kid. She finally fessed up. Gino said in his confessional that he doesn't know if he will be complete without having a kid. He said he hopes she changes her mind once she comes to the States. Next is David and Sheila. I don't like Sheila. Sheila is another Jasmine. She just doesn't have the finesse that Jasmine has. She doesn't want to work. She wants a man to take care of her and her child. So David, Amy, the interpreter, Sheila, and her son, they're in a car driving. I don't know where they're off to right now. But Amy had the audacity. She said to Sheila, have you asked David why he makes those sounds? Number one, Amy, you are the translator. You don't ask questions. Number two, David is deaf. He can't hear himself make those sounds. Okay? Sheila said she asked him, but he didn't know what she was talking about. Of course not. He can't hear himself. Then the messy producer asked David about the noise that he's making. He said, I'm not aware of it. Of course not. He's deaf. Why don't they understand that he can't hear himself? He's deaf. Okay, so we find out that they are going to the beach. Sheila wants David and her son to have some type of relationship, but her son is shy and David is deaf, so it's hard for them to communicate with each other. David doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything about kids, and he doesn't know what to say to her son. David said he wants to have a good relationship with her son because he wants to propose to Sheila on this trip. He wants to propose. That shocked me. So David asked his son what kind of sports he liked. He said he likes basketball and volleyball. Poor David, he's trying. He is trying to be to interact with her child. So they started playing slap hands. I don't know what it's called, so I'm going to call it slap hands because basically that's what they're doing. You put your hand like this and somebody else have their hand under you and you slap their hands. And you try and move your hand before they can slap it. I've never played the game. I've seen it being played. I'll call it slap hands. I don't know what it's called. If somebody out there knows what it's called, please tell me. So I'll stop calling it slap hands. Okay? So yeah, they played that. Then they finger wrestled. And at least he's trying his best to interact with her son. When they get to the beach, they splash each other in the water. And the son said in his confessional that he wants to learn sign language so that he'll be able to talk to David. That's so nice. And then they started skipping rocks. I don't understand the concept of skipping rocks. What do you throw the rock into the water or what? I don't understand that concept at all. It doesn't make any sense to me. So Amy took a picture of them, and they look like a nice family. David, the son, and Sheila, they look like a nice little family. Next, they are sitting at a table, and they're talking about how much fun they had at the beach. And Sheila told David that her son does not talk to his father much anymore. And she said the father left the son. And I don't think she should be talking about that in front of the son. I kind of felt bad. Sheila asked David if he's willing to be her son's second dad. And David said yes. What if he had said no? I don't think she should have that conversation in front of the son. I don't like that. Anyway, Sheila is happy, and the boy is happy, and David is happy. And he says he wants to be a father. David asked the son if he wants to come to America, and the son said no. And Sheila asked him if he's going to miss his friends and family. He said yes. David tells him that he would have a good time in America, and he would learn how to speak English. Sheila told her son, Sheila said her son is scared of the change, but she loves David and she hopes her son changes his mind. Sheila asked asked David if he has room for her son at his place, and he said no, but he'll, I guess, get another apartment and make sure he has a room for the son. And Sheila asked him if he lives in an apartment, and he said yes, but he'll take care of her. David said he doesn't want to worry Sheila, but he feels a lot of pressure having to pay for everything and take care of her and her son when he only has 2 jobs. And his 2 jobs he doesn't think his 2 jobs going to really cut it. But doesn't she realize that if she's working and he's working, they can live a better life? Because she doesn't want to work and she doesn't want to clean up the house. So what's her purpose? David said he's going to try his best to support her and her son on his 2 little jobs. And Sheila asked if he promised not to hurt them. And he says, cross my heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. Then he told her he loved her. Next is Nicola and Misha. Nicola takes Misha fishing, and she goes fishing in a dress. And Misha is being a brat. She says, this is easy. She said, is this all there is to it? And then he's trying to give her a block of instructions, and she's not listening to him. She goes, I'm doing it on my own. And then she fell in the water and bust her ears. She sure did. She bust up her legs. She was just bleeding. And Nicola said it was the worst experience he ever had, and he'll never take her fishing again. Then we find out that the next day he's going to take her to meet his mother and brothers. Nicola said he is nervous for her to meet his mother because the mother will want him to marry someone from his country. He tells Misha that he will translate everything his mother says, but his mother can be mean, and he doesn't want Misha's feelings to be hurt. If that's the case, I wouldn't want to meet the mother. If she's going to be mean to me or hurt my feelings, I don't want to meet her. Nope. He said his mother will not like that Misha is divorced and she's an American and she's not a virgin. He said he hid Misha for 7 years, and it will be like dropping an atomic bomb on his mother. So he tells Misha that he doesn't want to tell his mother that she is divorced and has 2 kids. So he wants to lie to his mother again. This devout Catholic wants to lie again. So what, though, if his mother gets upset? He's an adult. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do. He's a wimp. Misha told him that she is not going to lie. He claimed he's only trying to protect her. But she says, no, I think you're trying to protect yourself. I think so, too. Why do men think women are so stupid? His mother is going to cuss him out. That's what she's going to cuss him out. She's going to cuss him out and make him feel like shit, and he doesn't know how to handle that. He's a whip. He told her that they are not going to like her, so he's going to have to protect her. So his family is that delusional to think that this man who's 100 years old is going to meet a virgin and marry her and have kids? Next, Misha is trying to find an outfit to wear to go meet the family. He hasn't told his family about her. So where do they think he has been for the past week or so? Because he's been with Misha. He hasn't been home. So where do they think he's been? Where do they think he's been staying? Maybe he sneak home? I don't know. So they're on their way to meet his family, and they're driving in his car, and his steering wheel is all torn up. It looks bad. It looks really bad. Anyway, Nicola is scared he said he never brought a woman home to his house before. So when they get to the house, the mother hugs Misha, and Misha gives her flowers. And the mother said, "Thank you very much," in good English, and she's smiling. And Misha also gave the mother some chocolate. And the mother said, to the camera, she said that Nicola has never brought a girl home before, so she was surprised when he told her that he was bringing home Misha to meet her. She said Misha is cute and friendly. She said Misha is cute and friendly, but I don't know why she's here. Misha wants to tell the mother about her relationship with Nicola, but Nicola doesn't want to tell the mother. So then the two brothers show up, Mickey and Andy. And they all sit down to eat, and the food looks great. And Mickey and Andy look way younger than Nicola, way younger than him. So one of the brothers said, "Tell us about yourself. We don't know you." That's what he says to Misha. And Misha told Nicola, "Tell him about me, Nicola." And they're going back and forth. "No, you tell him. No, you tell him. I'll tell him." Misha told Nicola that she wants him to speak in Arabic so that the mother will be able to understand the conversation. Nicola said, "I don't want to." He said, "It's my private life." He said, "I don't want to tell people about my private life." But these aren't people. This is your family. Then one of the brothers asked Nicola, "Where do you know her from?" And then it went off. So we got to wait till next week to find out what he says. Next is Dempsey and Stellar. Dempsey is pissed at Stellar for communicating with her ex and making appointments to go pick her up at the airport, for her to pick her up at the airport and then go to the hotel and have closure. She's still pissed at that. And we saw that Dempsey slept on the couch that night. And Dempsey asks Stella, she wants to know, why did Stella communicate with her ex? The reason Stella communicated with her ex is because Stella is not over her ex. She's not over her ex. Why did she tell her ex she was coming to England? In case this relationship didn't work with Dempsey, that way she has her backup, her ex. I think Dempsey needs to dump Stellar. So, Dempsey goes to work and Stellar stays home, and she video chats with a friend from the States. And she tells the friend exactly what happened the night before, and the friend agrees with Dempsey. She thinks Stella is moving too fast, and she agreed. And she said, that wasn't the right time to tell her that you want to, move in with her. And the friend agreed with Dempsey. The next scene, Dempsey comes home from work, and they sit on the couch to have a conversation. And Dempsey basically tells her that she doesn't think, she should move in with her right now. She thinks she needs to go back to the States, and they need to keep dating each other, that way, and then get to know each other more or better. Stella said she doesn't want to waste her time. And then she started crying, saying she just wants somebody to love her. Nobody loved her, and she'd been adopted. Her family didn't love her. That's why they gave her away. And Dempsey just gave her a hug, but they did agree to take things slow. Next up is Cleo and Kristen. Last. Chloe she's into astrology, so they go to have a reading, and she wants to see if they're compatible. Kristen thinks it's mumbo jumbo, but he goes anyway. So the lady tells them that they are connected to each other, but then she told Kristen that he lacks tact, he lacks sensitivity, and he lacks empathy. And she told them that they are not going to stay together. And then Chloe busts out crying. And that was it. This is the end of my review. Thank you so very, very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.